My GG Wagon
Yes, we are back. 2Gs in a pod. Your mum's favorite duo back in the studio again.
You don't know.
Yeah, I'm joined by Lay. He's back on the pod.
Bro, fresh from touching them from the continent, man.
Just touched home, man. Flex on us for a second.
Hey, man.
Where'd you go, man?
Went to Africa, man. Had to go see our people, man.
How was it?
It's good, man. It's good. There's still a lot of stuff going out there, man. You know, we've
do you
got elections going on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, SCOM's fucked.
What's it?
SCOM, you know, they're like electricity people. They're
Oh,
getting
sorry.
blackouts and stuff. Yeah,
Really?
It's a bit peak.
There's blackouts everywhere.
They're
in
still
Africa,
recovering
man.
from that whole Zuma thing, but they'll rise, man. They'll rise.
Yeah.
People forget how long ago the apartheid was, man. It wasn't. too
Yeah,
long.
that's true. That is true. Yeah. By the way, I'm good.
How you, Andy?
So Andy, what's going on?
I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm cool. I've been chilling. Like, I basically had a month off work because you know, the paper comes out once a week during term. But obviously they've been off for Easter, so I've been working from home.
Cheers.
That's what I claim to be doing. But yeah,
Fair, kicking back,
exactly. Yeah. So I'm chilling. I'm good. But I'm back to work like properly on Monday. So
Good.
for the last I've got 8 more weeks, and then after that I'm going to Asia for a month. I've taken a month off.
Okay.
So, and then my contract, like I basically have taken the last month of my
Yeah.
contract off. So they're not gonna see me. Yeah, finesse them, bro. They're not gonna see me.
Wait, you
but,
taking care of the last piece, like for the last?
no, because it's done. It's done after.
Okay.
Like the last month is like it's meant to be me prepping for the next person.
Okay.
But he finishes his exams like end of June, start of June,
Okay.
and the last issue's like end of June. So I've got all of June to like
to give him that
get him up
overlap.
to, that's on. So I'm just gonna like get him up to speed
Show
during
him
that
the
last
ropes,
month, and then I'm out of him, and I'm going. Where am I going? I'm going Hong Kong.
Jeez.
So I'm going Hong Kong for a few days to link my boy Doug. Then I'm going Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore. And I'm back here, man. Yeah, man. I'm a month out there, man. And I just bought the flights last week, so I'm kind of gassed still.
Nice.
But yeah, so for today, we're going to pay respects, pay homage to a legend, man.
R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
It was about a month ago, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle was murdered a month ago. Yeah, so I thought it would be good to get somebody that I know is a big Nipsey fan to discuss his music, his memory, and his legacy. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that death just hit me differently, man.
Yeah, for me, the thing that was worst is because it was such a violent way to go.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And it's like when you think about it, he died over nothing, really.
Yeah,
Not that he died for nothing, but he died over nothing.
That
Like,
was some bullshit, man.
yeah, literally,
Like,
the guy was
just what it
what, like, he told the guy that's a snitch. What's his name? Eric Holder.
Yeah, Eric Holder.
He told him that you can't come around here.
Yeah.
Don't be around
just
the shop.
bounce.
And the guy just came back but yeah, so.
It's mad, man. It's mad. And like, if you look at, even if you take it back to like, we've had Matt Miller who died of overdose.
It's been a lot, yeah.
Been a lot of people.
Cadet.
And then I guess the only one close is like XXXTentacion who died getting robbed.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this one, I think because Nipsey was outside his store, he apparently was taking one of his boys just come out of prison to go get a t-shirt.
I heard you, yeah.
It's just the whole premise of it, and also with who Nipsey is, it was crazy. Like, he just come off releasing his album from last year, getting the recognition, like, on a bigger stage, because he's got recognition from his peers. People already respect him. People already, if you knew, you know.
If you know about Nipsey,
But
then you respected him.
it was just kind of crazy when you see someone achieving so much, just to be taken like that, man.
That's true, and I thought that. So personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of his music in the sense that, like, I listened to tracks here and there,
Yeah.
and I liked Victory Lap. Victory Lap is probably the first and only Nipsey Hussle album I took in properly prior to him dying. Since he died, I've listened to quite a lot. But yeah, like I get the sense that so Nipsey Victory Lap got the Grammy nomination, and I feel like he was about to kick on to sort of a next level musically because now he's starting to get the widespread recognition that he's sort of not had that much of. He's had a lot of recognition in California and stuff and amongst his peers, like you say, but I feel like now he's starting to get a widespread recognition, and tunes like what was it, Racks in the Middle with Roddy Ricch, that song kind of made me think that alright, he's going like a different route with his music, and he's trying to he's now trying to appeal to a wider audience, and that's only going to be good for him. So I feel like it's such a shame that we couldn't see what the next project was going to be or what the new music was going to be.
It's crazy because like it's easy to say retrospectively, but even if you look at the time, it made sense because he'd put out loads of mixtapes and he'd been leading up basically to this big album. It's called Victory Lap, almost like the end of the marathon.
Yeah,
it's almost like it almost feels like it sounds obviously easy to say retrospectively, but it almost sounds like it's hard to even picture what he was going to come up with next because that was like for him a lot like
the combination of all that work,
a lot of hard work to get to that point. Even the terms of which he had the deal to release the album, like it was kept under wraps, but it was a good deal for someone who was releasing multiple mixtapes all by himself. He had that $100 mixtape.
Yeah, was it the Crenshaw one? That was $100 or?
I think it was I think it was Crenshaw. I think it was Crenshaw.
Yeah. Because like for me, what I always knew about Nipsey, I know a few people that are like Nipsey stans.
Yeah.
And I hated talking to them about him because
they're always putting on you.
No, because the thing is they'll bang on about when you're having a music discussion, they'll bang on about his business side.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
exactly.
I get 100%. It. The guy's a businessman and stuff. Man. I'm not here trying to listen to business.
But I had a big Nipsey stan in high school. He's always saying the same thing.
Honestly.
Like if you talk about any other rapper, you're like, but how do you know what your rapper's deal is? Is he out there doing could he sell $100 mixtape?
I'll be talking about Kendrick and they'll be like, yeah, but he doesn't own his masters. And I'll be like, we're talking about which album was better. We're not talking about who owns them.
100%.
But yeah, so from obviously listening to them and stuff, I got the sense of how smart he was. And since he's passed, and there's been all those stories about the different businesses and ventures and stuff that he was involved in, I feel like it's almost like music was kind of like a side hustle to him. And he would like even saying rapper Nipsey Hussle, because that's what the headlines will say, like rapper Nipsey Hussle shot dead, that kind of stuff. But even saying that is kind of, it's almost like an insult to him because he was more than just a rapper.
100%. He was a big figure in the community. People looked up to him. He was doing a lot in the community as well, giving people jobs. And even this whole mindset with him and his brother coming up, owning the first tea shop that they had in that little L place at Crenshaw and Slauson. Like it was always a business mind for them. Like even like in his interviews, you hear him say like when you knew he wants to rap, but then he thought he would blow up young, and when he didn't, he was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm a hustle. So
it's in the name, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's crazy that people still only want to put him in a pocket of a rapper, and I guess it's even also sad that we would think that just a rapper is someone who's in a box, when rapper's always been about that. Like the culture's always been about people doing more than just rapping. Like rapping is what gets them out there, and they use that hustling mindset they have to go do bigger things. That's why everyone looks up to Jay-Z.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jay-Z is a sick rapper as well. So,
but I mean, I think it's almost because it took Jay-Z a while to get to the level he's at now. Like when Jay-Z was Nipsey's age, when Nipsey was hustling, Jay-Z wasn't making the same moves Nipsey's making.
100%.
So it's almost like he had like an old head on young shoulders.
For sure.
I didn't even really like he was 32.
I think 33.
Oh, was he 33? Yeah. So younger than J. Cole, a year older than Drake, 2 years older than Kendrick. Like he's in that same class, basically. I didn't even realize. I thought he was older just from listening to everything he spits about and that kind of stuff.
Even the way he carried himself, he was never on no bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Always.
Like even little, like there was that thing where there was that video of him slapping someone.
I was literally about to say that's the only time I've ever seen him involved in anything.
Exactly, in anything. Anytime that would come in an interview, like I didn't want to talk about that, man. It was just some bullshit. Like he doesn't even want to bring attention to it because he's not about that. He was always about the music and the business. Yeah. And I think what was also quite sad about Victory Lap was that I think it's a credit to him to show that how much people were drawn to the album, because he even said in interviews as well, like this was the album where I wanted it to be just about the music. Like I put everything, I want it to be an amalgamation of all the work that I've done, but not to be just, because everyone knows me as the businessman. People know, the things I'm doing in Crenshaw, but I want people to actually recognise me for the music. And he'd done it, debut album, I guess. And yeah, man, it's sad that that's like the final thing that we have from him.
Yeah, it's weird because I was quite sad when I heard about it, but I think ever since seeing not only all the good things that people have to say about him and talking about the sort of legacy he's left, but also seeing the reaction of his family, like his mum, his dad. What's his brother's name? Black Sam.
Yeah.
And Lauren London.
Yeah.
Hearing all of them speak.
Man, it must be hard for Lauren, man.
Yeah, for real. But did you see her at at his memorial service.
No, but honestly, I'm true with you. I can't watch any
I know,
of that.
I didn't watch the memorial service. Yeah, it was sad,
I'm a bit weird with it. Like even
I can't see that.
like even some artists. Like I don't listen to Mac Miller anymore. To be honest, that's too sad for me.
I tend to skip when I hear certain songs, like when Pumpy comes on.
Yeah,
with
yeah, man.
I can't sort of listen to it in the same way.
Exactly.
Because you know that the artist's not there with us. But
exactly. I think we're still mourning as fans. I think. A month isn't enough. Like
definitely.
it's gonna take a while for us to move past this. But then the way I've been dealing with it is that first of all, we can't let what happened be like put us off doing what Nipsey was doing. Like I think for a lot of us, you know, if we come from a certain background, the first thing we want to do is make a lot of money and then get the fuck out of there. And
I was actually going to bring that up next, but finish the point. Yeah.
And the way he was shot right outside his store by someone he knew.
Someone he knew. Someone
technically in his like not
used to be in the group with
exactly
him. Not
like
group, but you know,
yeah, like he was a crip. Like
him,
that's more than just in the community. That's like in the kind of not in the family, but that's like in the not the circle, but
someone that knows
exactly,
very well,
but knows you by face, like
exactly,
by face, name, and you probably had a conversation with them properly. So that sort of thing just makes you. It almost kind of drives home that point. It sort of feeds into it, saying that you know what. When you make someone, you shouldn't be around your area because there's too much.
Yeah, so that was the question I was going to ask. Like, what's your opinion on that? Because I saw, was it Meek Mill? Meek Mill tweeted afterwards. He said, "It's the people that you're trying to help that will end up killing you." And it's like after seeing the Nipsey thing, I don't blame people for quote unquote selling out, making their money and bouncing. Do you get me? Because it's like, if you look at what happened to Nipsey, all he ever did was put positivity back into the area. And the people there sort of just took it away, basically. So, like, what's your opinion on it?
I think, like you said, I can't blame people, but I think it's a lot to do with the culture that we have. Which, do you know what? Nipsey wasn't. I wouldn't say he was one of the people who feed into it a lot, but a lot of people sometimes they wanna make a lot of money. They wanna move out of their hood, but they still want to come around the area. And you know, some of them feel like, you know, it's just to be real, you know, to still feel like they're with the people. But for some people, they just want to come stunt, to be honest. They want to come in their flashy car.
Like that,
He wasn't like that
Nipsey wasn't like that at all.
So for certain people, if that's what you want to do, then stay out of your community. Just, you know, don't. But then they also
if you're not coming back to hope, then
exactly.
Come back,
but people still want to reference it in their music because they feel like it's part of it. But I think it's hard for you to reference all the bad things that, you know, you've dealt with, have all this opportunity and not want to do something. Even if you can never ever, you know, you personally be in there because you're fearful for your life, which is fine. Like the first thing for everyone is self-preservation. Like if you feel like you can't be in there, do something. Like this dude was not only there, not only was his brother there, not only were they like, it's because it was the way they came up. It was a mindset for them. It wasn't even like we're 100% doing this, you know, for our community. They saw the big picture. They saw themselves as part of the community. Like Nipsey spoke about when he went to Africa and he went to where his family's from, Eritrea. Like, because that's just the way it is. Like in Ghana for you, I'm sure the same in Nigeria. Like the community is community. Like it's not really by choice. Like you're there, innit? Like these people who supported you, support them. It's gonna be some bad eggs. Yeah. And I know like it's easy to say for us, but I don't think it should be.
I mean, I'm lucky. Like I don't come from a hood or anything like that, so I'm grateful for that because I don't ever have to face the issue of like feeling unsafe from where I grew up or anything like that. Like in terms of if I blow to X level, trying to come back, I don't ever have to deal with that. But like sort of from as an outsider looking in and hearing that conversation, because you always hear people get sort of like almost cussed for it, like you've like what song was it? I think it's a Drake song. It's about like people that like they claim the six, but they never you never see them in the six.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like I can understand that, but then at the same time, if you're from an area that there's a lot of violence and that kind of stuff, like I don't know. I'm in two minds because I think of it like like yeah, he was an amazing figure for the community, all that kind of stuff. But like he's left behind 2 kids now, and
True, but
that kind of stuff. He's left Lauren London, his whole family. Like,
but I think
who should your allegiance lie
I think
with?
that situation was more of it's some bullshit. Like it's it's not something that would happen all the time.
Not that it's like this. I want to be careful not to like sound as if I'm saying it's Nipsey's fault for staying there, because it's definitely not.
But what I mean when I say that is that I think in that situation, I think the amount of energy he put in, the energy he put out, that is gonna be worth like. I know it's easy to say because I'm not Lauren, I'm not his kids, but that's worth it. Like, think of all the people he inspired. Like, I think there's a quote from him. I've never heard him say it, but I see it going around that he said that the greatest thing you could do as a human is to inspire. So I think he lived by that, and I think that is that's worth putting yourself at risk. And also, it's how you carry yourself. Like, I think that's also part of why everyone's so shocked, because Nipsey carried himself in a way where even people on some bullshit wouldn't really just gonna kill him for no reason.
I mean, he was cool with
exactly.
By all accounts, he was cool with everyone out there.
When you're putting that good energy out, if you're not just coming to the hood to stunt, no one's gonna look at you as a target because they see what you're doing in the hood. They're like, shit, I'm respecting what this guy's doing. Like, why am I just gonna? I
mean, you can see from the memorial service, apparently, like representatives from like Bloods, Crips, that kind of stuff. They were 100%. all there. I mean, obviously, I don't actually know them. Just going off like tweets and stuff. Like stuff I've seen on social media, but like according to them, he managed to unite the whole community, which has been like completely divided for ages.
I think as a people, we just need to change our mentality, man. We need to.
That's Siri. Well on, Siri.
Shout out Siri, man. Just even putting the 2 cents in. No, but we change our mentality, man. I know it's people always talk about the crabs in the barrel mentality, but it's true.
It really is.
Like, it really is. Like,
there's a lot of jealousy in
100%. There's a lot of people who are jealous of people
because it's true. Like, you can understand it to an extent. Obviously, you can't understand going as far as this person did, but you can understand like when you see someone that came from the same community as you, sort of be like. Below to a certain level, you just look at them like, why me? Why am I stuck here?
Yeah, exactly.
And that person's, and then you start, feeling feelings of like resentment.
Exactly,
and that kind of stuff,
exactly. So. And I don't want to put it up. I think we have to be real and stare it in the face. I think it's part of the culture as well. You listen to some of the rap lyrics. It's always like, I got this, what you got. Like, true. Like, I'm rocking this polo. I got this Richard Mille. Like, what are you saying? It's always putting us against each other.
But Nipsey was never like that.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah,
he
was never one to stunt, really.
100%. And that's why it's sad what happened to Nipsey. Yeah. But I think as a culture, we need to change that. We need to start trying to build ourselves all up as a community and look at ourselves as a community, so that, when people go out and they do well for themselves, we welcome them back in and allow them to do what they can for us to uplift us all. Like, there's nothing wrong with someone helping you reach what you need to reach because someone helped them reach what they need to reach. Like, I think there's too much. People just want to. People want the story. I built everything for myself. You did fuck all. Now I'm out of the hood, and you're stuck where I used to be. Like, that narrative isn't cool. Like, if you think that narrative's cool,
it's a damaging.
It's damaging, and also, like, what benefit is it? Like, are you only happy that you're rich because everyone you grew up with is poor? Like,
was that your motivation? Exactly. Just to flex on everybody?
100%. Like, how would you feel if you came from like a very well-off background and everyone else is doing well, you're doing well? Would you not be happy? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, what are you working for? So, yeah, man. I think the only way to really respect Nipsey is to carry on with what he was doing. I think like everyone. I'm not saying now. Like, obviously, I got a lot of shit on my plate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying right now.
Exactly what
but
you mean,
everyone, like, we need to keep it on our mindset
general,
to do something for your community. Even if you don't come from if you come from a really well-off background, look at another community or someone that you know, or even if it's just doing.
Yeah, I mean,
something.
if you're lucky and privileged enough to come from somewhere where there's no problems at all, then it's kind of it's almost like remiss of you not to try and help 100%. Someone else. It's almost like you were put at the top of the ladder. Like, why can't you help drag other people up? That's how I think of it.
100%.
And I think of it like with myself as well, because like I'm in like a very privileged position where I'm at. So like being able to use that and to use that to sort of help other people. Like, I haven't figured out exactly how, but like I
we'll figure it out.
it's something that I always keep in mind. Like,
That's the thing.
I've been put in a position that, like, I'm not. There's a lot of people in much worse situations than me. So I should do something to help people that are in worse situations than me.
100%. It's about owning your privilege, because people don't
yeah.
want to own it, because when you own it, you know the responsibility that comes with it. So, like, we're all privileged. Like, I don't come from the best background. Like, as I like to say, I'm not trying to say that everyone comes from what I come from, because I don't want anyone to come from it. But I'm privileged with what I was given. I was given intelligence. Like, I didn't study a lot, and I got good grades. And that's a privilege. It's weird when you're kicking FIFA with your friends before your exam, but then you come out with an A and they come out with a D. Like, that's a privilege, and you have to own that. And I've done my little bit. I used to help out, but that's like my school and shit. But that's not enough. Like, I think we need to ingrain we need to build a sense of community again. And I think that's what's allowing to make it even take it further. That's what's allowing gentrification.
Do you think?
Yeah, man. Like,
that's a whole different topic.
I know, it's a whole different topic.
No, it's funny actually. I watched there's this podcast called Under the Bridge, and it's these four black guys that went to Cambridge. I think they're a bit older than us. I think they're like, one of them's definitely about 28, between 28 and 30.
Okay.
So basically, I feel like they were at Cambridge a good 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
But obviously, hearing the perspectives of like four black dudes that have been through Cambridge and are now working, they're all Londoners as well. I think they're all Londoners. Is interesting, and they were having a discussion about gentrification, and they didn't really come to a conclusion in their discussion, but it was still good to like listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I'm in like two minds with gentrification. Like, I've always thought of it as a bad thing, but then I thought of it as well. Like, when an area becomes gentrified, in general, it means they're putting more money into the area, which, like, if you come from like an area that is broke and there's no money in it, like, don't you want? Isn't that what you ultimately want? I feel like it's the way they go about it, rather than it's what it is.
It's what they put the money for, and the things they're building. Like, if you put money into the area, you're building nice, expensive houses that people can't afford. Then you're not doing anything with the area. If you're putting in nice coffee,
not doing anything with the people that are originally from the area.
Even if you open up a nice coffee area, people like some expensive coffee. Not everyone likes expensive coffee who are from the area.
That's also the example they brought up.
Exactly, that's not useful for anyone. Like, if you're putting it in and build a community centre, which also doubles up as a gym, it might be an expensive gym, but you got that community centre part to it. Now that's adding value to, because now the kids ain't running about with fuck all to do on the streets. They can do something.
See, that's the example they brought up. They brought up the coffee shop example because I think it was it Islington? I can't remember which area they're talking about, but there's one of the areas that they're from, really nice area. Now they put a bunch of stuff, so nice in inverted commas, and he just went to inquire about getting jobs at like the coffee shops and stuff, and you need to do this like coffee barista training, all this shit. It's like, so what are you gonna, if you're 16, 17, like, you go to college and you just want a job on the side, like, you can't fucking pull the levers on a coffee machine.
But we have to invest in that course as well.
Exactly, you have to pay it, and it was really expensive. That's what you're saying. So it's basically only like people coming from outside that can do those kind of jobs.
100%. So. But then, like you said, there are benefits to it. Like, when a place gets gentrified, like, crime usually goes down because people get pushed out. But the crime.
Also because crime is linked to poverty, and so if you try and get rid, or if you do something 100%. To get rid of the poverty. But I feel like they just shift the poverty.
They just push it out. Instead of it being in zone 2 now, it's slightly more in zone 3. Like, that's literally what. Like, it's crazy. And I think it's mad to see what's going on now, because areas where, look, like, call it what you want. Maybe I was the biggest pussy growing up. Maybe I just knew what I go on and I listened. Like, I wouldn't be in Peckham. Like, first time I probably went, like, so my uncle lived in Peckham.
I still have no business in Peckham.
I still have no business in Peckham. The first time I went to Peckham,
I drive through there sometimes. I'm just
on my days is when I went to go get some pizza. They opened like this bougie pizza place, to be honest. Went there for my birthday. But that's the truth. Like, I was like I don't know. I was like 20. I think I was like 23 or something. Like, yeah.
That was recent, bro.
Apart from that, it was when my mom used to drive me to my uncle's. Why am I in Peckham? Because I don't want to issue. I don't want to trouble. Someone's gonna ask me where my grandmama stay, where mama stay. Like, I ain't got time for that, And it's just weird.
Your grandma stay, where your mama stay, or where your dad stay.
Okay, exactly. Like, shit. That used to be like a real situation. Like. And these places are popping now, but then
that's true. Like Brixton, growing up, I always heard about Brixton, and like I quite like Brixton now. Like I'll go there.
How crazy Brixton is, though. Brixton is like in the mid phase of the gentrification, because you get about people at work, people I know from just different walks of life who are more affluent, usually not from London. they're always saying like, yeah, Brixton's crazy. Like, someone got stabbed outside my door. I'm just like, yeah, because maybe you shouldn't be in Brixton. Like, for them, they're confused because like they hear Brixton's a nice area, but they still see all this crime. Someone literally said that, oh, they saw someone waving a machete, like not too far away from their window. And I was like, yeah, because that's actually how Brixton is. Like, all that's happened is that it's become kind of hipstery and people feel like they can move there and the rent's gone up. But people have done nothing to help the people actually in that community. People are still doing what they got to do to make money. People are still probably angry and, you know, just trying to work out what the hell has happened to their community. Also, they're all seeing lots of opportunity, a lot of rich people going around, you know, easy. Like, that's just the truth.
Yeah, I don't know, like back to Nipsey, like, I don't know, like, since he died, I've been sort of thinking, obviously, basically like threefold, like thinking about his music and his memory, and then also the legacy he's left. So, do you have any thoughts about any of those three?
I think the music that he's left, there's a lot of gems in it. I think people.
I didn't realize how many projects he had.
He's got a lot of projects. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people to actually go back to, like just to listen Bob Your Head, and also there's just banging tunes. Also, that one of my favorite tunes actually is he got a feature with Stanley and Wale called Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth.
Big tune,
We'll play
I love that tune.
after.
But yeah, there's a lot of good music out there. There's music with gems, you know, stuff to vibe to. So, you know, you play for your chick, play for that girl you want to be your chick. But and yeah, in terms of his legacy, I think he, like, to be honest, he's our Tupac. Like, I wasn't alive when Tupac was.
What do you think? Because I've heard a lot of people saying that, but I haven't
100%,
really,
man. Like, I don't like. I don't understand how it couldn't be. Because for the people like me and you, like, we weren't, like, when did Tupac die? I think we were like super young. Bro. Yeah, like super young. So for us, he's always just been Tupac the figure. Like, it's crazy to think that he died at 25, and I'm 25 now. So it's
crazy to think how much he did.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought he was like 35, like growing up.
With all the movies, with everything you were saying. Yeah.
He had put like 11 projects, like, and he had you know, the message and the music, and he was big on community. But then I think the crazy thing is, even like Tupac's legacy goes a lot back to, you know, what he stood for. But if I'm being honest, like, I just might not know. I don't know what he was doing in the community. To be like, that's just, I don't know. I'm not saying.
Oh, what, Tupac?
I don't know. I
feel like he did a lot. I mean,
and I knew a lot from what he was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even from what you're saying,
exactly,
like, that's if what you're saying is sort of stirring up people to sort of move, like, to go to action and do something positive, then that's enough, in my opinion.
But the point I make was, when I say that I don't know what he was doing, is that how can Nipsey not be our Tupac when I know I know what he stood for, what he was doing, which probably everyone else knew who was our age when Tupac died. Yeah. So
it's funny actually, because Nipsey never really spoke about what he was doing himself.
Exactly.
You get me? Like, it was always other people giving him. He almost seemed like he was not shy to talk about it and stuff, but like he just didn't want to dwell on it or anything. He was just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So
100%.
But yeah, man, it's peak, man. It's peak.
It's sad, man. Hopefully, this just keeps inspiring people, man. As Tupac did say, like, even though if he's not the change, he could be the one that sparks the change. Like, hopefully, this is safe for Nip, man, because it's a. Like, I don't want to call it a waste. Like,
it's definitely not a waste. Yeah, but it won't be. It definitely won't be. It's funny actually. I read an article on DJ Booth about they were comparing. This was shortly after he died, and they were comparing not comparing, but they were talking about Nipsey and Kendrick and saying how they're two artists that sort of outside of the music, they do everything that they do is for their community. Like, Kendrick's always talking about Compton. Nipsey was always talking about, you know, Crenshaw and stuff. And they were talking about how on Kendrick's song Sing About Me, and actually not only on Sing About Me, but on his other albums, so like on Mortal Man, he's talking about like the pressure of sort of being held up as like this voice for the generation or whatever you're saying. And then on Damn, you know, he's always talking about like feeling afflicted and nobody's praying for me, etc. So saying how like Nipsey's at the stage where, like, obviously now that he's passed, it's like now it's our time to sort of sing about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Kendrick was saying, like, what you sing about me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, should we get into a track?
Yeah, for real, man. Marathon continues, man.
Yeah, the marathon continues. Here's Fountain of Youth by Stally, Nipsey Hussle, and Rick Ross. So yeah, that was Fountain of Youth by Stally featuring Nipsey Hussle and Rick Ross. And yeah, we were just talking off air, saying how, you know, the one thing about Nipsey is humility. Like he was a very humble guy, and I think that's one lasting quality that's gonna live on. But yeah, so on a lighter note, the rest of this month there's been a bunch of different albums and stuff dropping, and a bunch of different things have happened this month. Like I've got a whole list of stuff.
Jeez,
bare stuff. I'm like, listen, because the thing is, so much stuff was happening. I was like, yo, I need to write it down, because usually I just jump in and I'm just like, yeah, we'll just chat, and then like whatever pops in my head. But like there was just so much stuff. Like I had to write it down. But starting off, Beyoncé, she released her Homecoming Netflix special, which neither of you have watched.
I haven't seen it. I'm like,
you're denying the Queen, bro.
That's the thing. I could say, look, I was in SA, you know, I was partying.
They don't get Netflix out there.
Like, yeah, that's the no. I'm gonna just become clean. Like, I don't want problems with Jay-Z. Don't want no problems with Tata. Don't want no problem with the whole gang in it. But I'm gonna be real. Every time we get one of these things, first of all, why is it called Homecoming? Hold on. Is it because she missed because she was pregnant? Like, are we actually?
So basically, all right, bro. Like, when you watch it, you'll take all of this back. Trust me. Sure? Because the thing is, yeah, for me, I'm a big Beyonce fan, but I do sometimes feel like at times when people basically like you can't say a bad word about Beyonce, like because the Beehive will kill you, and it's like everybody should be open to criticism, held accountable. But then, having said that, like she doesn't really do much that should be criticized.
No. Okay, see, now I'm making a mistake. I'm a big fan of the music. Do you know what? I'm not a big fan of Beyonce.
What?
All the other choreographed madness that happens around her. That whole
I don't think she's.
It's all
she's not fucking. She's not Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian.
I'm not looking. It's not that
like fighting in the elevator. That stuff happened.
Okay, that's
I don't think she planned that.
I'm not saying she planned that, but then all the other little stuff, you know, like maybe you hear something about like when they were vegan for a week. I don't know what that was.
No, but that was bro.
Man,
right, listen.
It's like
I'm just gonna say all the views expressed by Lay are not held by me or the podcast.
I don't understand that.
But she's just the best, bro.
But okay, is she really though?
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best live artist right now, 100%.
I ain't seen her live.
I haven't seen her live either. From the watching the sort of videos and stuff and hearing a bunch of people that have seen her live.
She can sing very well live.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no one that can do what she does: singing, dancing, the production, the whole thing. Because she puts on a show. Like it's not just like when people rap and, you know, it's a different type of show. I know. I'm saying it's a whole different experience. It's almost like watching, I don't even know. It's almost like watching a play, like, for real. And trust me, when you watch the special, and the one thing I'll say about Beyonce, she's the one artist that I think actually sounds better live than, like, when I listen to some of it, because she dropped a live album, and then she dropped Lemonade on other streaming services, which is good, because I saw Lemonade once, because it was the visual album. So I saw it once, but I never listened to it top to bottom.
Really?
Yeah, because the tracks weren't available. Like, I didn't have Tidal, so I couldn't listen to it from start to finish.
Did I download?
Did you have Tidal at the time?
No, I didn't have Tidal.
It's a legal thing.
Yeah, I was just, you know.
Listen, if you're gonna keep it from us, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's for real, man.
I'm gonna pirate it.
I gotta do what I gotta do, man. Because like, I do love Bey.
Exactly. I'd listen to. So I'd listen to.
I love her. I don't want no issues.
I listened to the Bey tunes on it, obviously, and but you know, listen to it again, just sort of taking in how good an album it was. I saw someone trying to compare it to. I saw a video of these two twins on YouTube that I subscribe to. They're called the Mallory Twins, and they always talk about just hip hop, and like they compare albums because they've got slightly different tastes, and one of them prefers Rihanna to Beyonce, and one of them prefers Anti to Lemonade. I was like, to me, there's no comparison. Like, Lemonade is much, much better. I know it's been a while since Rihanna dropped, so you're sort of looking at it with the rose tinted.
But that's the thing. I think people look at Anti, like, so if you I think it's hard to compare the two, because Lemonade is a very put together album, like very crafted to almost perfection. Whereas Anti is literally in the name. It's just like a bunch of tracks, which is her go. Before, you know, she's a big pop star, like, but you listen to the songs, they're not really like pop songs. It's her just kind of doing what she wanted to do. And I think it's seen her in her most like freest form. I still think Lemonade is just much, but the way it is, like the emotion throughout it. I mean, I guess she's just been cheated on. So, like that's the thing that gets me about Lemonade. You can hear it through every track, and
Like, I mean, I feel Jay-Z must have been sweating when he heard it
Bro,
first time.
man.
He's like, boy.
But he was always saying, "Yo, this is fire, man. We gonna
Yeah,
do well."
exactly. He's like, we got another one.
We got another.
Yeah.
He's like, "Damn." Do you think he played himself and said, "Yo, this album's fire. Should I cheat on you again?"
You know what he's doing? Yeah? He was like, as soon as he heard it, he must have thought. Actually, no. You know what? As soon as the elevator incident happened, yeah, he must have thought, "Yo, we hit the jackpot."
Exactly.
All right, babe, drop this. Drop this pissed album at me.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
drop the Sorry album.
Sorry album.
We'll come to with the like, oh, we're back together album,
Oh,
and then
man.
we'll do a tour.
Oh,
Look how much
man.
fucking money they made, and then Solange could drop an
Man.
album on the side just to keep things.
Yeah, man. It worked out well.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Who knows if it was
It gave
choreographed or not.
Jay-Z a love and lease of life in his career, in
For
my
real,
opinion,
for real.
because 2013 times he was not that he was dead or anything, but like we don't want to hear you rapping about Tom Ford and Picasso.
True.
Whereas with like 444, that's the sort of stuff we needed.
Also,
to hear.
yeah, Jay-Z can't flex like that no more because Jay-Z flexes a completely different way.
Jay-Z's,
Like,
I mean, there's no point. If you're a billionaire and you're flexing, it's
exactly.
like, we know
100,
you have money.
You
for
can't
it.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit too much. Like, I saw him.
The
wearing,
only thing he can say is just like par and P. Like, if he picked out individual rappers and said like, "I've seen your bank account,"
No,
and
no,
it's a tenth of mine.
he's not even fake. He can't even do that, man. He can't. Even, it's not even fair, mate. He's on a complete like the level he's on. It's not
He's at a different type of time.
like
bro.
it's kind of like that's like David and Goliath, but like David hasn't even got that little slingshot he's got.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Like that's just
fully.
bullying, man.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to flex. There should be
Yeah.
a ban on flexing. I don't want to hear about it. We know you can buy every single car in the world, probably.
I mean, to be honest,
Like,
he's not even talking about flexing anymore. He's
Yeah.
on his Black Power shit, which I really like.
True,
Like,
true.
I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of the new, not new Jay-Z, but this current Jay-Z, where every verse has some
Yeah.
meaning to it, basically.
I still like the old Jay-Z who used to stand.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Before he was a
yeah,
billionaire.
obviously, like those are the singles that I listen
Yeah.
to.
I'm a big fan.
But even then, because he took all his shit off Spotify as well, so
yeah, man. He's
other than a few tracks here and there, so
Jay-Z's really hurt me with that, man.
I mean, I've still got my Apple Music, but I'm coming off, so like I'm gonna do like a Jay-Z marathon,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then say goodbye to it for a bit. Yeah. But
I'm watch Homecoming, and then
yeah,
I'm
and I mean, because she dropped the live album, yeah.
why am I listening to the live album though?
Bro, the live album is so good. Honestly,
I've never been a fan of live albums.
this one, I've never been a fan of live albums like this. That's the point I'm trying to make, bro. Like,
but
I've never been a fan of live albums either. This one
Are you
is
sure-
almost better than.
Are you sure you just haven't been part of the Beyonce spell?
But I mean, maybe I have, but bro, like she's so sick. Honestly, like bro, trust me. Watch the thing. Yeah, every single detail of is like planned to perfection. Bear in mind, she just had twins.
Look, I'm just
bro,
saying.
there's
I'm
too,
saying
there's too
I've
much.
been taught to worry about people who can do no wrong. I'm just saying.
Okay, fine. Maybe that's what. Maybe
I'm
that's
saying.
what,
And someone like maybe I don't know. They're like.
maybe privately there's something that she.
They're like, sacrificing goats or something. I don't know. Like, they got to be doing
They're
something
for the
bad.
Illuminati shit, though.
Not
Is that
Illuminati,
what
but they got to
we're
be
doing?
doing something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say like slaying kids because that's too crazy. But
Well, you can't put that on.
yeah, you can't put that out there. That's
Cannot put that on
But
there, bro.
like, they do nothing wrong. Apart from Jay Z. Look, the last time someone did something wrong out of the two of them, it was Jay Z.
Yeah. Which is funny, actually.
Yeah,
Because
it's
Jay-Z hasn't done anything wrong in
Exactly.
his whole career, basically. Since fucking the last beef.
For real.
And even then, that people still debate who won that
Actually,
one.
to be fair, well, I don't want to take it too bad, but he was almost done with attempted murder when he stabbed that guy in the club.
That was before the Nas beef.
Was that before Nas beef?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Nas
you're
beef
right.
was 01, 02.
Well, oh yeah, I think that was 1999.
Yeah,
okay,
that is true.
you're
Yeah.
right,
He
right.
almost fucked up the whole bag.
For-
For real.
He was out here wild, man.
He almost fucked up
He was
the
out here
whole
wild, man.
bag. Him and Snoop Dogg as well. Snoop Dogg had a trial for murder too.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, those guys must look back like, bro, I got away with it.
Exactly. Well, apparently Jay-Z lost 80 bricks, so he probably got away with a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, trust me. Check out the.
I'm gonna check
the
it out.
Beyonce.
I have nothing against Beyonce. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, because there was a lot of hate coming here. Just
I'm just saying, man. How can someone do no wrong?
Bro, you have to ask her, man.
When your life is
For me,
choreographed.
yeah, I don't question it. I just admire her. I'm like, listen, you're amazing. Everything you do is amazing. That's all I have to say, basically.
I'm gonna reserve my comments till after watch Homecoming.
Yeah, say it off ever.
Also, wait. So is her Homecoming? Just to confirm, it's bigger than just the fact she had kids and.
Yeah, no. So it's that as well, but it's also so the theme of the show is so she never went to uni or college or whatever they call it there, and she said she's always had an admiration for HBCUs. You know, like historically black college, uni or something like that. And so the whole show was basically like an HBCU homecoming parade kind of thing. So everybody's in the sort of thing that they wear for their homecoming ball or whatever it's called.
Okay.
That was basically the premise of it. And it was almost like an orchestra. No, I mean it was like the whole thing is just. Trust me, it's just
Okay,
it's crazy.
check it out.
But yeah, so that was one of the albums or 2 albums that dropped this month. You said you haven't listened to ScHoolboy Q's, innit?
I haven't listened to ScHoolboy Q's.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick review of that. But basically, so ScHoolboy's album. One thing I'll say, because there's a tune with 6 Lack on it.
Yeah, no spoilers, man. No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm gonna just say, yeah. There's a tune with 6 Lack. When I was listening to it, and I realized because he's also got this other tune, and we're playing it now underneath called Imported with. It's a Jesse Reyes tune featuring him. Yeah. The guy doesn't miss with features. Like I don't think I've ever heard him.
Are you coming around to saying that 6 Lack is probably one of the greatest artists that we have in our generation?
No, bro. Because I've been you that, man.
Okay, good.
Don't worry.
I mean, it's just Jamel and that lot that don't realize it yet.
Bro, 6 Lack. I mean, the only thing I had against his album was it was just too sad. Like
that is true.
Like I'm not always in the sort of mood where I want to be that sort of mellow. Do you get me?
But the new album isn't always. It's like a combination of sad, but also he's in between whether or not he's going through issues with his girl.
I mean, I've never seen him look happy. Have you?
That's a good. Yeah, he always looks a bit. Kind of upset.
And I mean, he used to never show his eyebrows. He always had the hair. Like Isaac and I thought he didn't have eyebrows, and then he got his trim, and we were like, okay, fine.
Oh, he's got eyebrows.
Which might have been a reason to be upset. Like if you got no eyebrows, but like, but yeah, like. He doesn't miss with features at all. Like I'm literally scratching my head to think of a feature that he's not delivered on.
And he's doing well.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Like even like on the way, like he came on last, killed like the one with Khaled and Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh yeah. So
I was thinking
of the 2088.
You have the one with Young Thug, Climax, killed that.
Yeah. That was a tune too. Yeah.
Like, his
verse on Climax is sick.
I think him and J Cole kind of have
from the front seat to the nosebleeds.
Man. Like
the only thing about him, because like it's not always he's not always rapping on his features.
True.
With his features, it's difficult to compare it to like say a Drake feature run or like Drake's feature run or like Quavo's or J Cole. Like it's difficult to compare it because. He's not always dropping bars. Like sometimes he's on the ScHoolboy one. He's basically singing. He's got like a short verse and he's singing for a lot of it. But
he's still coming through and killing it, probably.
Bro, it's hard. Like his feature, Kid Cudi's feature is like the humming. It's on point.
Everyone loves the humming.
The humming is on point.
I'm happy people come around to the humming.
Yo, it's. I don't know how he does it.
But I don't think you realize he's been humming on tunes since forever.
Yeah, he's been doing it.
Like if people go back and listen to Watch the Throne, like it's songs that he's not featured on that he's humming in the background. You just don't know it. Listen to What You Need. I got what you need.
Oh, is that him humming?
He's humming in the back. Yes,
that's him.
No, not on the loop. Not on the loop. On the bass. So he does the bass hum.
Oh.
So every time you hear the bass, under it, it's him humming.
Fuck.
And there's a part where it goes silent where you can just hear him humming.
Yeah.
People,
I didn't realize that was him.
Hey man,
shit.
He's been doing it for years. How many people finally?
I mean, he's been doing it since Man on the Moon was before Watch the Throne, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he's been, like I don't know. He's. Because obviously Trevor Scott got his humming thing from him.
Yeah.
But it's just not levels. Like his humming is sick, but it's just Cudi comes like this is how you hum.
100%, man, 100%.
But yeah, like boy. But in terms of the ScHoolboy album, no spoilers, but I was slightly disappointed. But it only came out yesterday, so I'm gonna keep it. It's funny actually because I was chatting to my brother about it. I will say this, so my dad's been in the country the last week, so which means I've been his personal Uber driver for the last week.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And obviously, when I'm in the car, I can't be listening to ScHoolboy with my dad because of the swearing and shit. So I've been
respectful.
Dude, I've been listening to so much Capital Extra this week, and I fucking hate the radio. But anyway, I've been. I didn't have time to listen to it in one sitting yesterday. I had to listen to it in chunks. Like I'd have to park up. My dad would go do his shit. I'm sat in the car, listen to the album. I'm like, can I get 40 minutes in? He'll come back after like 25, and then I can't start in the middle. I have to wheel it up. So I've listened to the first half of the album like 10 times.
Oh shit!
But the whole thing through, I've listened to twice.
Okay.
I will say, I was messaging my brother about it earlier. Actually, let me find it. Because my brother really likes it, but he's like a ScHoolboy stan.
Okay, you gotta watch out for them lot, man.
Yeah, and like, so my brother said that he feels like it's his it's ScHoolboy's version of Damn, like ScHoolboy's Damn. And I was
God, no! I don't want to hear that.
Oh, you didn't like that, did you?
What?
You didn't like that?
No, no.
No, you love that. So why don't you want to hear that?
Let me be honest. When Dan first came out,
you were hating. I remember.
I was hating.
I remember, bro. You think I'll forget?
I was hating. But I was hating because again, people came and said it was a classic. But as I said, because it came out in it didn't come in 2017.
17, yeah.
So I listened to it throughout the whole of 2018. Like,
it's a classic.
It was an album that I would play like probably once.
It's
a
a classic.
It's classic. It's classic. I love that.
But
album.
I'm always gonna say.
So
that
I don't want to hear that. Like no one can remake the album.
Exactly.
Not even Kendrick can remake the album. I feel sorry for his next album.
Yeah. I feel like that's why he's been so quiet. Like, I don't want to doubt him because that's my guy, and I'm like, it's gonna bang to me, but like to everyone else, like, bro.
He has a damn is tough. Like that's a tough follow up.
Yeah. But so my brother was saying he's a fan. He said he's feeling like it's his version of Damn. But I'm like, nah, man. Like for me, I feel it's just slightly forgettable. Like it's just average to me. Not average, like because ScHoolboy drops good. Sorry, man.
True.
ScHoolboy drops good albums.
Yeah.
So like it's never gonna be shit. But like he's coming off Oxymoron and Blank Face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oxymoron. They're both like if they're not classics, they're close to, and they're both very very good pieces of work. Yeah. This one feels like I've just thought, I don't know, after 3 years gap, we would have got a bit more like, and he does this thing, he like splits it into 3 acts.
Okay.
The album. I'm giving off spoilers.
No, don't give spoilers, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
But I just realised I think wasn't Blankface in acts as well. Or am I tripping?
Nah. I think it was Oxymoron, not in acts, but like you could hear distinct sections. Yeah.
Okay.
But with this one, he actually says like.
Wait, I'm gonna take a quick Google break. I think it might be an axe.
Go for it, check. But yeah, for me, I'm like, I don't think it's as good as his previous ones. Like, it takes until the second act of the album before we start getting some like actual meaningful bars. You get me?
Really?
Like, did you hear the single he dropped?
No,
before?
I don't understand.
Okay, yeah,
it's always in a full body.
Yeah, so like. But he's got a bunch of singles similar to like other singles that he might drop where it's just like he's just rapping shit.
It's
like,
not an axe.
He's just spitting his shit. Do you get me? Like flexing on talking about this, talking about that, but he's not talking about deep stuff like how he usually does on his other albums. It takes until like the last track is when we get like the most introspective bars from Q, which like not that I'm saying I go to Q for introspective bars only, but I do like to hear it from him on his albums, and I don't want to have to wait until the very last track to hear something. I
think he might wait. Like I haven't listened to it, so I should reserve my
comment. Yeah, you know, let me not bias you.
He might have waited too long because we warned people about these gaps.
I think he did, man. I think he waited too long. I mean, his is unfortunate because like he was gonna drop it around when Mac Miller passed, and then even now, like when Nipsey passed, he
pushed it back.
So
true.
There's just been a lot of reasons for him to push it back, but I thought he would have spoken about Mac Miller dying and stuff like you know what I'm saying, and like just other things like that. So because of that, I mean, I still like the album and stuff, but yeah, it could have done a bit more for me. We won't get into a track from it then, because I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
Do you listen to Anderson .Paak's album?
Yeah, I listen to Anderson .Paak's album.
What do you think?
I'm in two minds about it, you know.
I'm in two minds as well.
I'm
A lot of people are saying they prefer it to Oxnard.
I definitely prefer it to Oxnard.
Do you?
Yeah.
So okay, because me and my brother both prefer Oxnard. What is it? Why do you prefer this one to Oxnard? Because I don't know if I'm hearing something different.
Oxnard, he definitely tried to sound like
Dr. Dre.
No. He tried to sound like Kendrick on Oxnard.
Do you think?
100%.
Why?
Well, because he's like, you know how, so he like the way he like delivers his vocals. That almost. He's singing, but it has the raspy spoken word. He kind of removes some of that, and it kind of sounded like more like he was rapping on Oxnard.
But he does rap on his albums. He rapped on Malibu too.
Yeah,
he rapped on all his albums.
No, true. He has rap, but he really went for it on Oxnard, and I don't know. I didn't really. I wasn't feeling it, man.
So for me, the thing I like most about again with Ventura, I like it, but I like everything Anderson .Paak puts out. So for me, it's like when I sort of critique these albums, it's more that I'm comparing them to their other work because you don't listen to music in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the reason you're listening to this album is because you liked his previous work. You know? So, like, what I'll say is, again, it feels kind of forgettable to me. Like, other than the track with Smokey Robinson, the Make It Better, and the King James track, so the two singles he dropped before, and the Andre 3000 feature, but that was more because of Andre 3000. Other than that, the songs are kind of that I can't really pick
I
the
know
songs
what
out
you
in my
mean,
head.
but then
and the Brandy feature,
the Brandy feature was good.
Nate Dogg as well. Right, I'm
Yeah,
starting to
no.
pick them out now.
And the thing, I know what you mean in terms of there wasn't like standout tracks, like the ones that like.
And the album doesn't need to have a hit on it, but
True, exactly. But
it's
then
nice.
I think the album was quite well put together. Like it just flows like
it does.
really
It does
well.
flow very well. It's very smooth.
The first time I listened to it, I had to replay it because I was just like, the vibe was just good. Especially, I had the sun out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but then I know what you mean. Like I listened to it and I was like, the features were very good, and I'm always worried when features are too good, you can't say everyone banged. It kind of says maybe the person on the album didn't deliver.
Because
I always worry,
like the
man.
features on Oxnard were really, really good. Other than for me, Kendrick's feature was probably the weakest.
Definitely no, by far, yeah.
And it was still a hard feature.
Yeah.
I mean, it was weak by Kendrick standards
True.
and weak by the album standards because you had J Cole spitting on
Yeah.
Trippy. Pusha T on My Brother's Keeper.
That was a good track.
That was really good.
Yeah.
What are the other features? There were a
Pusha
couple
T
of
stole that track though.
Yeah, it's his track. It basically sounded like his track.
It is his track.
Like, I just didn't need to be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. But every time I listen to that song, I feel the same.
This is a Pusha T song.
Yeah.
This should have been on fucking Daytona. Like,
Exactly.
but yeah, like, boy, I don't know. Like, with the, I prefer Oxnard. I do.
But the production is so much better than Oxnard.
The production is better than on Oxnard.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's better to the extent that I still prefer Ventura. Because for me, Oxnard has a lot of really, really good individual tracks. Like as a body of work, as like an album, it works. But it's the standout tracks that sort of in my mind, like so Trippy, My Brother's Keeper, Mansa Musa, Six Summers, like all those songs are really good. And I saw him live as well a month ago now.
Oh shit!
And he was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like,
but seems someone he perform a lot of the Oxnard songs.
Yeah, I mean, it was the Oxnard tour. Like he did all the major songs of Oxnard. He only did one of No Worries, and No Worries is my favorite Anderson .Paak project. Bro,
yeah.
Jamal forgot remember when we did Hood Grammys? What year did it come out? 2016.
Yeah.
So that was so 3 years ago. Yeah. Jamal completely forgot that we discussed this album at length. we gave it collab album of the year. I remember we were just he was at mine and we were, like a song must have come on. He's like, oh bro, what's this? Like,
No way.
Oh, it's No Worries. And he was like, yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard it. I was like, fam, we fully debated
But
this.
we play it in the yard all the time as well.
And now I'm thinking, was he just like nodding and agreeing?
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, you know when we were debating, was he just like, oh yeah.
hard. No. Man, no worries is. But
Yeah, that's my favorite Anderson
Why
.Paak.
is he not hooked up with Knowledge again?
Knowledge.
I don't. Is he run? Do you know what? They're running away from that project for sure. I think they
And it's
are.
weird because they sometimes post like on Instagram like, oh, No Worries too.
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you won't get anything.
For real, man.
But I think he was working. So from the looks of it, this Ventura album was the one that he wanted to drop, like the one he's been working on all along, rather than Oxnard.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like I'm confused. Basically, I don't get why he dropped it so close to Oxnard, because Oxnard was only 6 months ago.
The reception of Oxnard wasn't what he wanted.
So that's why you think. Because I thought maybe he's trying to like get off his label quickly or something like that.
No,
he signed to Dr. Dre. Yeah?
Yeah, signed to Dre, but I heard that this album isn't actually released under. Am I wrong? I don't know. I think I heard something like that. Maybe this album is released separately from.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't think he's trying to get off that. I hope not. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I don't think it would be good for him to get off Dr. Dre's album.
I think he still probably has a lot to learn from Dr. Dre. Like maybe Oxnard didn't. It didn't mesh the way they wanted it to, but you're loving it. Also, you saw it live. I think seeing something live really does change your view.
His show was so good. Like he did like an hour and 15 minutes set or something. Like he stayed over. They have like a curfew thing. Yeah. He stayed over that. Bro, his show is amazing. But I didn't expect anything less. It's the second time I've seen him, but the first time I saw him was before I'd really got into him.
Oh, okay.
So it was like shortly after Malibu had dropped. And I listened to it like a couple of times because Isaac used to play it in the yard, but like I never really paid attention. And like I was eating a sub during his set, like, I wasn't focused.
Disrespect.
I wasn't focused at all, man. And it's mad as well because like the way I snap, like when I go to concerts, I snap the whole thing. Yeah. So I was looking through my snaps. It was like Wireless 2016, I think, and I saw him perform. What's it called? Carry Me. What's it called? It's the one that ends like, Mama, can you carry me? From Malibu.
I forgot what it's called.
Let me find it. It's gonna piss me off. Hold on.
She's added to the list.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find it.
But see, okay, for me though as well, Malibu.
The Season, Carry Me.
I would say Malibu didn't bang as much for me as it banged for other people. I would say that. Because I would say that this new album is probably on the same level as Malibu for me.
I think so. I think Malibu is like, for me, they're all quite similar.
Yeah.
I would put Malibu top. Well, I mean, No Worries for me is my favorite.
Yeah.
Malibu top, then Oxnard and Ventura, but Oxnard and Ventura swap a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know. This one, it was interesting to me, man. Like, I think I need to spin it.
Yeah, it has time to grow on me, but I think
times.
it's been a long time since the album made me play it again. I would say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing that's making me want to go back to it. Whereas Oxnard, I was spinning for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah. And in terms of other stuff from America,
It's slightly not hip hop, but listen to Colour's album.
oh no, I didn't listen to it. Yeah, actually, I know, it's on bad.
I can't.
The thing is, yeah, I've realized, and I
can't
didn't want to
speak
tell you
about
this because I knew you're gonna get pissed off. Yeah, he's too happy for me.
Oh, too
He's
happy
for me. Yeah, it's a bit like he's like the opposite of 6 Lack. Like 6 Lack is too sad. This
Yeah.
guy's too happy. Yeah, but with my like them moody R&B dons,
Yeah.
I want them to be slightly sad. Like
I think
I prefer the Weeknd when he's just had his heart.
you like this album better because he's not being sad, but because the last sort of tracks that he dropped. So he goes like,
I like the singles, the Talk and
what's it called, Sun City?
Yeah.
So on that EP, he's like kind of talk about this girl who's kind of like in two minds, kind of pissing him off.
Yeah.
He kind of really goes in on it on this one.
So,
yeah.
okay.
Like, when you said that thing that sometimes you don't believe him. I don't really believe
Yeah,
him.
I don't believe
him.
I was
The way he's
literally
talking on
about to
this
say,
album, man. But he talking that he's got bare girls.
Yeah,
I
but
was
I don't know, because
yo.
he just looks like he smiles too much.
Exactly, bro.
I don't know.
He looks
I
like
don't
he's in a
know.
loving relationship.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
why
He's way too happy to be.
For real.
I don't know. Maybe he's just bare happy because he's got so many girls.
For real, maybe. But like the album bangs hard. What I will say though, a lot of tracks sound the same. But
What's it called again?
Teen Spirit.
Teen Spirit.
But when all the tracks sound like better and better bangs, you can't compare.
But it's better on this. Better's on.
Yeah, you put it on there as well. You have to.
I hate when people do that.
I hate it as well. It's cheating. That's cheating.
Exactly.
That's cheaper,
It's cheating.
man.
But yeah, okay. I will get to that one. Yeah.
You need to get to that.
Have you heard of Pivot Gang?
No.
So there's this artist called Saba from Chicago.
Saba,
you know Saba?
yeah.
He dropped what's his Care For Me last year.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of his group. Like I guess they're his boys. But they dropped an album called You Can't Sit With Us, which I spun briefly like last week. It's pretty good. It's good. It's they all sound pretty much like, imagine like 6 Sabas in one group. But like different, like obviously they don't sound exactly the same, but they spit similar sort of bars and everything. Saba's definitely like the best out of them because some of them have quite corny bars, but like no, it's a good project. It starts off very well. Like the first track is really really good, but then it sort of tails off towards the end. Like I kind of got bored of it.
I might check that out
by the end of it. And yeah, that was basically it in terms of music from the US and that side.
Did you listen to
a bunch of UK stuff?
I always forgot that UK rapper's name, Leo
O'Connor. Yeah, I've got him on the list as well. We can get into it now actually. Do you wanna play a track first?
Yeah.
I've got, I might play the Keisha Becky remix. Yeah, because that bro pull up jump. That's it. Bangs. It bangs, honestly. It really does. We'll chat about that in a sec. Here's Keisha and Becky by it's the remix. There's bare people on it.
If you don't know, you're gonna know now.
Keisha and Becky with Rush, Tion Wayne, H, Swarm, Savo, J1. Yeah, so that's Keisha and Becky, the remix. Listen to that. Yeah, I slightly prefer like Tion Wayne on drill.
Okay.
I'm starting to like Tion Wayne on drill because is this the second drill tune he's done now?
Yeah, I think it
might
so.
be just be the first one.
My sister loves Tion Wayne.
He's like on features.
Yeah.
He's been killing it. Like I've always had this thing with Tion. Like on his own tracks, I feel bad saying this, but I feel like he's the worst part of his own tracks.
He's weak,
like,
man.
The features that come, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The features always come.
100%.
But this year he's been on this. Like he was on the options.
Exactly. He's really growing on me.
Yeah,
really growing on me. Yeah.
And he's basically just going from strength to strength. So like he's had a good 2019 so far. But yeah, like listen to this. This is like probably my favorite Tion Wayne feature. Either this or options.
Options is the thing.
But yeah, actually it's probably options.
Yeah,
but
options.
I do think like we've heard him on Afro Swing.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, Afro Swing is kind of dry these days.
Yeah. It's just not summer, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's getting warmer though. It's
Getting warmer, man.
But yeah, like, in terms of other things, I'm gonna refer back to my list. Oh yeah, J Hus is free.
Shout out J Hus, man.
Yeah.
J Hus, feel no pressure. That's long as I say, feel no pressure. I don't want you to
Feel
come
no pressure.
for real, man. Feel no pressure. People,
Did you not see the tweet? Someone was like, "All right, he's got about 8 business days to see his family and that." And then I need an album after that.
I'm like, you guys actually like he came out of prison. Like, leave the dude alone. He's gonna come with some bangers.
Did you listen to his Daily Luffy?
No, I haven't listened to it yet. I missed that.
So I didn't. Like, everyone's been gassing it up, yeah. I liked it, but the thing is, we never went to J Hus for bars.
Bars, exactly. That's
like, the people are moving like his bars are mad. Like,
100%.
I was like, we never went to J Hus for bars anyway.
Did he have a DW before that one?
Oh, he's done Daily Duppy before.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know how recent
we
it was.
We never go for J Hus.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because people were like, obviously with the Daily Duppy, when they do the thing, they put the words up and everything
for the metaphors and stuff.
Exactly, and obviously he had something. It was cool. But I was just like, it's not like he's not barring me to death. So why is everyone pretending like people come like, you know that emoji where the guy's head is exploding? Yeah. Like, come on, man, relax.
Yeah, exactly. It's J Hus, man.
But yeah, because Drake, obviously at the start of the month, Drake just took over London for like he does. He just takes over London for
turns 02 03.
Exactly, yeah, which was pretty wavy.
Yeah.
And do you see his? Did you go?
Nah, I sent my sisters there, and yeah, like Drake.
It was too expensive.
Too expensive. The dude does 7 nights. And then he charges like 120 for a ticket. But then he knows people like me are gonna send my twin sisters there. Yeah.
Just so you got that kindred.
Yeah.
that telepathy going. Now for me, because Shiji went, but Shiji and I saw Drake at Wireless perform the same songs that he performed at his show.
Man.
So I was like, why am I paying
exactly?
Like, if it were cheaper, I probably would have gone. But why am I paying 120 to see you perform the same songs that you performed?
Yeah, exactly.
At Wireless, and I've seen you 2-3 times before already. So why am I like?
And let's be honest, he doesn't really actually perform them. He spends half the time with the mic to the crowd. He just he hosts a giant party. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's what
and
he
he invites loads of people to come to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I heard the show was sick, to be honest.
My sisters were, they said they had the best time ever.
Yeah. And the whole stage setup thing was cool with the floating Lambo and everything.
Exactly, yeah.
That was pretty sick. And they had like, in between sets, they had people come up and do like the half court challenge. Yeah. Which I didn't think would bang over here because like people don't watch basketball like that. But apparently did. But yeah.
Apparently they're feeling it.
Yeah, but that like, it's funny though because obviously like Drake brought out J Hus. He brought out a million people at his shows, but obviously he brought out J Hus,
straight out of prison.
And as usual, he's been showing so much love to the UK, like he always does. And then Wiley was. Do you see Wiley was like trying to beef him?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think it's hard to ignore the points that Wiley was making.
I think Drake is a culture vulture,
100%.
but not for the reasons that people think he is.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people say, he's speaking like this now. He's put on this accent, so he must be a culture vulture. But it's like people from Toronto do actually speak like that. That's what Toronto slang is.
That is true. We can't put everything on
exactly.
him.
Like he's a culture vulture, but for different reasons.
For different reasons. But he's culture vulture in the sense that he's kind of like, I'm not sending for him. He's kind of a beg. He's a little bit of a beg.
That's actually culture vulture's strong. He's just a beg.
He's just a beg.
But like we get it. You're a fan of the thing.
Exactly.
So if you want a fanboy, you can. Just because you're Drake doesn't mean you can't fanboy.
Exactly.
Fanboy.
100%. We all know Drake wishes that he was like a young Caribbean guy from the UK. Grew up in Brixton or maybe Croydon. Depending on which week. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that. He's No,
but honestly, because it's like did you hear him on he was on Tiffany Calver's show on One Extra.
I heard the snippets from it.
And he came. I listened to it. It was a decent show, but like he was doing this whole like, I'm just being a nice guy, man. I'm like I don't get it. I'm just showing love to the young guy. All this stuff. This is like, bro, shut up, man.
Exactly,
like, we get it. You're a fan of the music. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of it.
Exactly. But he's also trying to ride waves as he does.
He does, yeah. But there's like, I just think it's smart. Like, to be honest.
Smart.
And not only that as well, yeah. Because people say he's a beg, yeah. But half the UK rappers are begs to Drake.
100%.
Like every time he drops a comment, love my bro. Exactly. He doesn't know who you are. You and him are not bros.
Bro, you're just looking for that shout out.
I swear he disabled his comments to stop them from fucking commenting.
Every UK rapper there. Yeah, man, you can come to my zone. Tell that right.
Yeah, man. Honestly, and they're just gassed because they get that they get the feature with him and whatever. But I don't know. Like, I feel like the discussion about whether Drake is a culture vulture and stuff is like a big one that needs. I feel like you could really dive into that.
You could dive into it, but what I would say for the UK, it's hard to call him a complete culture vulture because let's not forget he brought back Top Boy, Which,
Yeah,
let's be honest,
I'm
Top
gassed.
Boy, it wasn't banging that hard.
Bro, it was the first 2 seasons.
No, first season was hard. Second season was kind of dead.
I like the second
The reason
season.
got cancelled,
I like
man. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
The reason
I
got
mean, outside it
cancelled.
got cancelled. But to be honest, I felt like the way they ended the second season, there wasn't really anywhere to go with it.
Yeah,
Like, they're gonna
yeah.
have to. The
100%.
script and everything must be.
But he brought it back. Like that's you got.
I'm gassed. I'm
you
looking
got to
forward to
respect
it,
that. You know,
yeah.
he's doing bits for that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward
But-
to that one.
I don't know, man. He's just a bit of a bag.
I don't know. It's just when I was hearing some people say Drake has done more for the UK scene than Wiley, I was like, bro, come on.
Oh come on. Okay,
I was
that's
like,
rude. That's rude.
yeah,
That's
I was
really
like,
disrespectful.
okay, we get that Drake has done a lot in
Yeah.
terms of like on a commercial scale and like sort of getting our music recognized overseas, which is where the money is. So from that aspect,
Yeah.
he's done more than Wiley has. Yeah,
Yeah.
because but in terms of actually birthing the whole genre.
Yeah.
Like Wiley's instrumental, bro.
For real,
like,
he built
Wiley
this shit.
is the guy. Yeah,
Exactly,
he's
man.
the
He built
OG,
this
the
shit,
Godfather.
For
like,
real, man. Like,
I can tell the
man,
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It'd be like if Gunna and Lil Baby went to Young Thug. If they tried to
No,
just
Little Wayne. There was Little Wayne. That was like, yo,
bro, come on, man. Like,
nah, man.
I fathered you guys.
For
like,
real. And also, people who are saying that have no understanding of the UK scene.
honestly,
Like for real, they don't understand how long Wiley's been doing it. If they, like, you don't understand how long, like, the amount of people like Skepta, all these lot have been actually grinding. For you to say that this person who's a huge superstar has done the most for someone who actually helped take this from.
I mean, the
literally
people that were
just
saying
being-
that they're just young. Man.
Exactly.
They're young. They clearly don't know
They don't
about
know
the
what
scene.
I'm on.
Man.
They don't know that we used to just download the shit from LimeWire.
Yeah, exactly. Bro.
For real. And people like Wiley ones who actually took it to the
Yeah, I was
radio.
watching a video. It came up on my timeline today. It was Wiley, Lethal, and Gets. They're doing like a clash, and I was like, this is what all them young ones that listen to Drake, like Keisha and Becky's a sick tune,
Yeah.
but like they only listen to that shit. They
Exactly.
don't know the history.
For real, man.
They don't. They haven't seen that shit ever. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, so they don't really know where it came from. But,
Exactly. And it's crazy because I think a lot of the music scene now it actually comes from different things. Like, I think a lot of drill basically comes from America. That's the same drill scene, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then you have like Afro swing, Afro beat, which is coming from like Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, all these countries. Whereas like grime was really something that just it started out here. It came from garage, which came from
Jungle, that
like
kind of
yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, that was really our thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just it's kind of being forgotten slowly. I think when you get
I mean,
comments
it,
like that
it
about
raises
Wiley,
another question about Isaac asked me this the other day. Is grime dead? Which I think that's what we could do a whole. I'm planning to do a whole
we should do
episode on
one. We
that
should do one. Yeah, 100%.
because there's not that many people doing just
Yeah.
straight grime like as you would think of
100%,
traditional
100%.
grime. But then in the same respect, if you compare it to hip hop,
Yeah.
because that's another genre that started like recently. If
Yeah.
you in inverted commas, yeah, like a lot of the hip hop you hear now isn't what whoever made hip hop would be
Yeah,
thinking. This is what our
exactly.
music would have evolved to. So
Yeah.
would you say is grime dead, or would you just say it's evolved to something different? But yeah, what else is on my list? Drake, J Hus. All right, you haven't watched The Avengers, so no spoilers. Homecoming. Game of Thrones. George, Game of Thrones.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
You don't watch Game of Thrones.
Nah, man. But see, this is the thing. I watched the last season.
You watched the last season?
No, I watched the last episode of the last season. Banged.
Why?
I just so basically I was chilling at a mate's. It was on. I was hungover.
It banged, yeah.
It banged.
It did,
The last
yeah.
episode
No,
banged,
it's fucking
and they were all explaining. They were bringing me in. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna watch the new season. Them same friends have started watching the season without me.
Oh yeah.
And then you know what? They say that they're more invested, which I understand. But I'm trying to join the
Wait, but
wave.
why didn't you watch with them?
Okay, so this one.
Like, did you not know when Game of Thrones
No,
was
okay,
coming
so, okay,
back?
look, so can we all be honest? When Game of Thrones first came out, it was basically
It took me 5 seasons
It was
to get
basically
into
Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
meets porn. That's basically what it was. It's not. There's not like Aaron Winters on Sky One.
You're not
like,
lying, you're
I
not
tried to
lying.
watch this shit in my living room, and then it got to one of the episodes where she sleeps with that guy for the first time.
Yeah.
I forgot all these people's names, and I was
Yeah.
like trying to find the remote. I'm like,
Swear.
like mum's around, like.
I watched so I watched the very first episode when it came out, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna
For
go far.
real?
I was like, this ain't gonna go far. So I stopped watching, and then like it got to season 5. This was when I was in first year, and everyone was talking about it. So as soon as I finished exams, I'm like, all right, let me see what the fuss is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it bangs, bro. I watched the whole 5 seasons in like 5 days.
I understand it bangs now. I'm not.
Bro, you know what it is, yeah? Because there's too many episodes. Firstly, I mean, you've had time to catch up. But anyway,
But you
'cause we've
understand- you understand why I
it's been
jumped
a
off the
year and a
wagon.
half since.
I know.
It's been almost 2 years.
You
since it
understand
was
why I jumped
last
off the
on.
wagon? I'll explain myself why I jumped off the wagon, innit?
Okay,
I
yeah,
left it
yeah.
for good reasons.
Yeah.
I'm now trying to come back.
Okay, the thing is, yeah. So there's too many episodes for you to catch up right now
I
because
know,
you're
I
a
know.
working man in it.
I
So,
know, it's tough, I
But
know.
the directors, released this like list of essential episodes basically. So
Oh,
from
shit.
each season, the
Okay.
episodes you have to watch. Where if you watch these episodes plus the whole like catch up thing
Yeah.
at the start of each episode, you'll be able to get what's going on.
Okay.
By the time you get
Yeah.
to, because there are a few episodes that are like filler, but
Yeah.
it's basically like 3 or 4 episodes a season. So that cuts it down
That's-
from
okay,
like 70
yeah.
episodes to catch up on to like 30 or something like that, which is
Okay.
more manageable.
Yeah.
I guess we can't even get into Game of Thrones theories.
I'm sorry, man. I'm
Nah, don't
sorry.
worry, man. Don't
Sorry,
worry,
man.
don't
I'm
worry.
sorry.
Don't worry. What else?
Oh, what's that? I can never say this guy's
Lil
name.
Connor.
Lil
Oh
Connor.
yeah. What did you think of the album?
So the album, production-wise, was lit. There's some good tunes, but I've decided that he's a shit rapper.
Shit.
I've decided he's a shit rapper.
A shit rapper.
I've actually decided he's a shit rapper.
Bro, why did you say that?
I listened to the album twice to make this conclusion. And I decided he's a shit rapper because, first of all, bars-wise, I think he came very weak on this album. Bars, because he
doesn't. He's a weird one because he's a.
he's a bar guy. He's a bar guy. He's a bar and flow guy. And also the flow was like monotone on this album.
I think he's more a flow guy. Like he is a bars guy, but like it's because it's not always the sort of bars where you'll go back and you like have to. It's not like they're not so subtle that you have to like think about it. Probably,
Yeah.
if you get me. But I don't.
He's a shit rapper, man.
He's not shit,
doesn't mean
bro.
he doesn't make good tunes, but when you have a monotone flow without bars, that makes you a shit rapper.
He's not a shit rapper.
He's a shit
bro.
rapper, man.
He's not, bro.
He's a shit rapper. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to send for you. I'm not like a rap better than you.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it, but I thought it was a good album. And I thought the whole concept, the way it was done, was really good. Like
I think
him
also
talking about like
I like
his girl and
how it came together. But
and talking to his mum
Yeah,
about his
yeah.
girl. Then his mum did the final track thing, that poem,
yeah.
which was really good.
that was
and-
good. That was, well, it was his mum. His mum came with some bars.
Yeah, for real.
Mum came with the best bars on the album.
Yeah, and it was interesting actually because he on his he's got that track Looking Back where he's talking about like obviously he's light skinned, so his dad's
Yeah.
black, his mum's white, and he's talking about how he's just thinking how like his great grandfather could have owned his other great grandfather and stuff like that, like things that you don't really hear from
he's got the content. He's also he's got the song structure as well.
So you think it's just the delivery that's poor?
Man, the delivery is so poor.
It's a weird type because his music is so chill and laid back. Like he almost sounds like he's just really high.
That's
spitting,
the thing. Like I think you can't mirror like you have the layback beats.
Yeah.
You have the layback vibe on some of them. Like obviously
So
some of them are
you
deep.
feel like he should come with more energy on his.
I'm not even more energy.
delivery.
You just can't come the way he's got. You don't deliver the way he's delivering. Literally, what happens is that his vocals sink into the beat, and then it's almost like you can't even hear him. It comes to that point.
It's a weird one because like he's a very unique artist. Like there's not really anyone that raps or does anything in the way
Not big
he
on the
does.
scene. I'll say he's unique in the sense that he has quite a very underground vibe, but he's big. But because
No, yeah. But I
there's a
mean,
label
like,
behind him.
who raps like him or doesn't, or is it just because you think he's shit that's why no one raps
No,
like him?
no, I think in America. Well, actually, no. His flow. I would say his actual delivery. No, it was kind of shit on this album. But okay, but going back to maybe his previous album, the way he actually delivered is actually quite unique. I would say that it's very unique. It was almost like kind of like a talking. But then I think maybe that was also the problem. Like it was very unique to begin with on the first album. Come through on the second album, it just sounds lazy because it sounds exactly the same.
I will say for me, when I listen to his stuff, I'm not really listening for his bars or delivery or anything. It's a weird one. Like I'm almost listening for the instrumentation. Like this could have been like this could have been
instrumental album.
Yeah, for real. And I wouldn't have really
That's 'cause
missed
he's a shit
much.
rapper.
He's not shit though. 'Cause
Mate.
I do like him. Like I do.
Look, like, I just. And do you know what I thought was crazy?
I
You know one of the tunes? Do I think it was the one with Tom Mitch?
Yeah.
Where he kind of sings
Angel.
towards the
Was
end.
it Angel?
I think it was Angel.
Yeah.
He sings towards the end. Man sings quite hard.
No, that was Tom Mitch singing.
Is it Tom Mitch? Was it?
Yeah.
No. I think he sings.
Oh, he
well.
sings a bit. I mean, he
Yeah,
does sing a bit. Yeah. Oh, you feel like he should.
No,
he should change his destiny.
No, I'm saying he
You
should
start
change.
singing.
I'm just saying that, like, the guy's got skills.
You got other skill sets.
But maybe he should. I don't know. Maybe
rapping
this
is not one.
I don't. Wait, but okay, so like I don't know. I'm trying to not make it sound like I'm hating on the dude, but
Bro, all you've done is hate since we started discussing.
okay, so because you know that tune, what's it called again? I think it's like Nothing Changed.
Nothing Changed.
From the previous album.
Oh yeah.
Ain't Nothing Changed.
Yeah.
There's actual bars on there, like proper, like I think that's what was missing from his album.
He's got a couple bars here and there on there, but it's true.
Every
There's
now-
nothing like standing out because I can't pick
Exactly.
any out right now. But I only listened to it a couple times. Like
I
last
think
week.
someone like him, you have a kind of a monotone flow, which some people do have. Gigs has.
Yeah.
Well, it's not monotone, but it's a consistent
It's
flow.
quite honestly.
But his, but you need to come with like, yeah, there were no bars.
I need to spin it again. I need
Right,
to spin
spin
it
it.
again. But I mean,
I'll spin it again, man.
you've given your verdict.
I'll spin it again, innit? Production was hard.
Yeah.
Concept was good. Delivery was shit.
Fair enough, man. The last project I want to chat about from the UK was M Huntress. Do you listen to M Huntress?
Yeah?
M Huntress?
Oh, I didn't really like that album.
So M Huntress, it bangs. Like for me, I always thought of M Huntress as drill. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize he's not drill at all. I was listening to
He's not drill.
Well, he just wears a belly. That's like
No.
that's what I'm saying, because every time I've listened, I've always put him in my head in the drill. So comparing him to like Heady One, K Trap, who else is drill? Oh, fuck. My mind's gone blank. But them people, yeah, I've always had him in that sort of almost like pocket in my head, which is bad. Like I always talk about not putting people in boxes, but then he was there in the box like that. And I'm listening to this album, man's just there flowing, singing on the track.
No
like,
way.
I'm like, he's like a melodic trap rapper. That's what he is.
Okay, I didn't even know he had an album out.
Yeah, and he changed it. He used to wear a belly. Now he's got like a face mask. And let me show you the album cover. Like if you look at the album cover, yeah, he's getting like a caricature. But honestly, this album is hard. Like for me, it's one of my favorite albums this year.
Oh shit!
Like I would say that it's up there. My favorite so far this year has been Dave's, and Offset's was good as well. This is up there with those two for me. Like those are the three I've been spinning the most this year. And like honestly, it's a really really good album. Like much better than what I expected as well. But yeah, check it out, man. He's got a couple bangers on there. I don't know, like I kind of want to jump into a tune, but I don't want to spoil it for you as well.
Nah, go for it. Jump into it.
We'll jump into it. This is TNT by M Huntress with No Smalls. Yeah, so that was what's it called? TNT by Nave Smalls. Sorry, by M Huntress featuring Nave Smalls. Nave Smalls is his featuring that's hard as well.
Yeah, I think he's underrated.
Yeah,
people think he just talks about weed, which he does actually.
so fucking much. Like, bro, we get it. You smoke. Fucking hell. Last thing I wanted to say, we were just chatting on off air about it, was the playoffs, which you haven't been watching.
Yeah, man.
Now it's fine though, because for me,
and
like I was saying, the playoffs are different without LeBron. This is the first time in like my living memory, because like
it's true actually.
I didn't watch basketball when I was, because he's been in it 15 seasons straight, right?
Yeah.
So that means back when I was 8, I didn't watch basketball before I was like 10. So
yeah, I think I started watching it when I was like 14.
From when I like started playing and watching basketball, LeBron has been like ever present. So this is the first time without him, and they were weird without him. Like it's just a different energy.
Man.
But bro, like some of the games, like fucking you didn't see the Damian Lillard highlight, bro.
I missed so much.
So the whole season, but then the whole series, Lillard. So it was the Portland Trailblazers against OKC, and Lillard and Westbrook don't like each other. Like they haven't liked each other for a while. But it's just like a competitive thing. But like Lillard really hates how Westbrook is so like in your like after he scores. And the thing is as well, because Westbrook is not a good shooter.
Yeah.
So he's shooting. He's a volume shooter. That's why he gets numbers.
Yeah.
So he's shooting brick after brick after brick. He hits 1 3 and then he's screaming in your face. He's like, bro, I'm Damian Lillard. Like, I'm top 5 shooter in this league.
Exactly.
You shot 10 bricks in a row and you're gonna scream at me after you hit 1 3 out of 10. So I can understand why he's pissed. Yeah. But bro, it was the last play, last second. So this is to knock them out. Yeah. He's up against Paul George. I'm gonna see if I can find the highlights for you now. He's up against Paul George. Yeah. So defensive player of the year. And he shoots from the, you know where they have the logo on the court. So it's not half court, but like
it's pretty far.
It's a 30 yard jumper or whatever. It's 30-foot jumper or whatever it's called, yeah, bruv. And then it goes in. Crowd goes wild. They like mob him. They ambush him. He's just looking at the camera like this. Like I'm gonna find it. It is so good. Hold on,
man. You see the hate in his eyes.
And then afterwards, fucking what's the guy's name? Oh, flipping it. Yeah, Paul George was like, I don't care what anyone says, that's a bad shot. Oh, here it is. Oh, why's he talking? He was a little bit off of me. I thought they were gonna just show it. Raise up and shoot it for game. And at the last second, he stepped towards me a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pound dribble, side step, and raise up.
I just had to let it fly, you know, shoot the ball.
And they flat,
bro, and the thing is, because people were saying like it was like a pot shot, yeah. This is a conscious decision to shoot from
exactly,
the... Bro, the guy is mad.
Yeah.
And then obviously they mob him, yeah. And then he just... Look at him, look how he looks at the camera. Fam, he's a killer. And then...
Right, I've done it.
Because they've been... The Trailblazers have been... they've been swept for... the last 4 seasons in a row in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, no,
so they haven't won a playoff game in like 3-4 years.
They usually get knocked out straight.
So for me, I haven't I rate Damian Lillard as a player, but I haven't rated him like that because I'm like, all right, this guy just chokes. Even if he's getting up, like if you can't will your team to win one game in 4 years in the playoffs, how can I rate you? But I'm seeing him do that,
and
like,
you gotta stand up. And
like to me, he's
recognized.
He's the third best point guard in the league behind Steph and Kyrie, in my opinion.
I haven't followed this season more, but that's a big claim.
I think he is.
Big claim.
I think he is, definitely. But yeah, man, the playoffs have been mad. And fucking Golden State almost they just finished their series yesterday, but they almost, because they had a 3-1 lead and they went to 3-2 and then everyone was getting a bit shaky, like they've already blown a 3-1 lead before. And obviously they were up against the Clippers, who's just like, it was Lou Williams and Lou Will and Patrick Beverley. Those are their 2 stars, basically. And it's like, you got 4 All-Stars.
Exactly.
Because I mean, they got 5, but flipping Boogie got injured again. He messed up his quad.
Oh shit!
I don't think it's a long one, but he was out for a lot of the series, basically. But it still took 4 of you guys 6 games to beat these.
That's bad.
So I'm looking at that. I'm like, yo, Golden State are looking kind of shaky, because I see them a bit like Thanos, with just like
exactly.
Like,
come on, man.
Bro, they snap and the teams have got like, because there's just so much firepower on that team that you can't.
100%.
But when I see like the way they struggled in this series, and like it's just because KD's been a killer. Like he hit 50 in the last game, he hit 40 the game before, even though they lost the game before, but he hit 50 last game too. So. But yeah, I don't know. Like Steph hasn't really been playing that well. He rolled his ankle again. Like, you know, Steph and his damn ankle. So.
Man.
But
liability,
bro. Anyway, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll do this again sometime soon.
Definitely, man.
Have you got any closing words?
Closing words I would say again is R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, we'll finish with it. Nipsey Hussle.
Everyone do what you can to build communities, man, and the marathon continues, man. We keep running. Yeah,
man, the marathon continues.
Yeah, for real, man.
But yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. You've been listening to 2Gs in the pod. We are on. What are we on? I always forget what we're on.
Everything. Man.
We're on everything.
Spotify,
we're on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, YouTube,
exactly.
Everywhere, man. Just search 2Gs in the pod podcast. You'll find it. And you can follow us on Instagram at 2Gs in the pod. Follow us on Twitter at 2Gs in the pod _ And yeah, we'll be back soon. So we're gonna leave you with Double Up by Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah, my GG,